Hey there, my name's Pete. I'm the founder of Chatter, and we're connecting the world's manufacturing data. The things we use in our daily lives, like this iPhone housing here, started off as raw material. The machines that do this work today are incredibly complex and automated. They can do the work of an entire floor of factory workers in just a fraction of the time. Here's a real world example. A customer of ours named CJ. He has a machine that makes thousands of parts per month for the semiconductor industry. Now, in manufacturing, time is money. To him, $150 an hour. He plans out an 18-hour day of production, but the real world is messy. Things go wrong along the way, like broken tools or bad parts. He has a problem. While his equipment is super automated, the software layer running it is a carryover from the 70s. It literally looks like this. It can't communicate with him, and it can't think. That's where Chatter comes in. We sent him this box, he plugged it in, and within 15 minutes, he had a live dashboard showing him exactly what his machine's doing, his productivity overall, as well as how they've been doing historically and places he and his team can improve. When something goes wrong, like a broken tool, he actually gets a text message about it now, so he can address the issue head on. But we don't just want to be a notification system, like that's great, but we want to solve these problems. Chatter aggregates his data and predicts when his tools are going to break before they even break. Using this, he's completely eliminated this kind of costly failure from happening in his shop. According to CJ, he literally can't function without Chatter at this point. And I promise we didn't pay him to say this. On average, we save him 12 hours a month, which translates into $1,800 of production time on that single machine. Extrapolate that over the over 500,000 machines in the US, that's $12.4 billion per year in value created. And that's just our beta product. So here's how it works. We have this box. It connects to all major brands of machine tools, sends their data up to an API where we process it as if someone's actually understanding that and combine it with data from the other pieces of software our customers are already using, then display it on a web app to the user. We don't charge for the hardware integration. It's just $80 a month per machine or $600 a year per machine. Each device costs us $45 and supports up to 25 machines at a single site. Right now, we're in beta with 87 machines across 33 shops, 25% month-over-month growth, and 21K in ARR. We're currently focusing on our beachhead market of small CNC machine shops, SMBs like CJ's, then developing new functionality as paid modules, then expanding into other manufacturing verticals like 3D printing, injection molding, and more. The competition's out there, but look at these stats. They're dropping the ball. Only 24% of shops have even one machine connected to a monitoring service. Everyone else says we're planning on it, but they haven't done it. Why is that? Well, I'll tell you. I've been a shop owner myself for 7 years. I've lived this frustration. The incumbents are too expensive, take too long to set up, and are super hard to use. Chatter was built from the ground up to solve all these problems. Instead of just disjointed data on charts, we actually process it so it makes sense from the office down to the production floor. We have a killer team with experience across machining, sales, software development, and robotics. Thank you so much for checking out Chatter. My name's Pete, and we're connecting the world's manufacturing data.
All right, well done, Pete. Thank you. Okay, investors, we'll start with you for questions. Alejandro, a question for Pete.
Hi, Pete. Thanks so much for the presentation. I really like what you covered at the beginning in terms of like your land and expand and why you're so much better at that stage. I'm wondering though, once it's already set up and everything, and given that the buyer is not always going to be the user of your product, how do you ensure that the users are making the most out of the platform, and how do you continue to show ROI? Thanks.
All right, thank you. Andrea, question for Pete.
Yeah, likewise. I mean, definitely seems like this industry is ripe for disruption. So that definitely means opportunity. My question though is, and it's probably because I don't understand enough about manufacturing, but why a box? And is the box temporary? Because I'm wondering if maybe you can sort of remove that idea. And then what industries work better than others? You'd mentioned 3D printing, but I was just sort of curious, like what's your sweet spot of manufacturing industries that work best?
All right, thanks so much. Atin, question for Pete.
Hey, thanks, Pete. I have a simple question, just trying to understand what kind of data sources you're using to actually come up with the predictions of when the machines are breaking. Is there a set of sensors on the machine itself that you're using, or actually there's a set of sensors that you're adding yourself? Just keen to understand how you're making those predictions.
All right, terrific. Thanks. So let's grab one from our syndicate member. Can you expand a little bit on your expansion and go-to-market strategy? Pete. You have 2 minutes to answer those questions. 3 to go.
All right, I'll see if I can do it in 2 minutes. As far as how this translates to users in different capacities, the beauty of being a productivity software that also provides the solutions for the problems we're identifying is we can actually show them month over month how utilizing different features on our platform is affecting their bottom line productivity. So I mean that's really powerful, and it's just sort of something that's built into the way it's just inherent. If you're collecting the data, you can both analyze it and you can use it to create improvements. Andrea, as far as the box, that is temporary, probably for the next 2 to 3 years. Someone can run this software on their computer, but we find that the best user experience and the cleanest onboarding is with a dedicated hardware device. These machines are slowly moving in a direction where they will be able to contact a cloud endpoint like on their own. And we're actually, sort of tight with the people who are developing the standards for this because that's something we really want. Like we want competition in this space because we want to prove we're the best, and we want customers to onboard easily and not have to pay for hardware at the same time. Atin, as far as our data sources, the machines have an amazing amount of sensors built into them. So we collect, I think right now it's like 34 different data points that we collect. The Chatter platform, I mean, you can look at it on our site, but I think we're at like 26 million data points collected overall. And we can derive this without installing any sensors besides just the connector box on site. As far as the syndicate question, I didn't catch who asked that, but our expansion and our go-to-market, essentially we are doing a few really cool things. Number one, we have sort of the classic B2B sales cycle, which is relatively expensive. But what we're really excited about is the way we're actually partnering with distributors who are selling these machines in order to put Chatter onto the machines that they're selling new and then expand out throughout that shop. So we sort of get an in because B2B sales is really tough and very expensive. If we can stay with someone that they already trust and get in that way, that's sort of our key to success there. That's my time. So thank you so much for your questions. I appreciate it.